Welcome to TV Collects. This is Tyler, and I have another new comic book day haul and review for you for the titles that I got from this last week. We're going to start out with the two books that I got that I'm not currently reading, and the first one is The Expanse. I've said it in my other videos before, I'm trying to catch up with the books because I believe this takes place between books 4. It's either 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. I'll have to check on that, but I'm finishing up book 3 just because I've watched some of this TV series, and then I've gone back and I'm reading the books, and so I want to get caught up before I take a look at these. This is a 4-issue series, so I loved the books and I've loved the TV show, so as soon as this came out I knew I had to get it. So and then I'm also not caught up with Walking Dead Deluxe. I originally read these in trade paperback when they first came out, and I think I made it up to like number 20 or something, and I kind of dropped off. And I stopped collecting for a while, and so now that I'm back into collecting and they started putting out these deluxes, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna grab them all, and I'm gonna start with 10. I'm gonna try and binge 10 of them next release. So the rest of these I have read all of them, so I'll give a couple thoughts here. The first one up is Next Batman number 4, written by John Ridley with art by Laura Braga. I really enjoyed this series. I didn't get all of the Future State books, but I got the Batman ones for the most part. I got this and Dark Detective and Justice League and some of those, but I didn't get all of them. I did enjoy this 4-issue series, although looking back on it, it's kind of weird. The same artist and writer are on books 2, 3, and 4 of the Next Batman, and they all, it's a good story, and it feels like the first issue is kind of like they added it on after the fact and had a different artist, and the art just wasn't as good, which is weird because I know the artist from the first book and I have read some of their stuff, and it wasn't like that, I guess is the best way to put it. So it seems to me like the first issue was almost tacked on, like maybe there was some sort of, editor or someone higher up that said, hey, we need more explanation, or it needs to be clear of who this person is or something. So it was like an added on story. As far as this issue goes, though, I liked it. I liked the story. I liked how it ended. I think, this sets up the next Batman for future iterations, whatever they're going to do with this Batman. I don't know if they've said that they're going to have, this iteration of Batman in his own series or something. I didn't read the Batgirls and Gotham City Sirens backups. I read them in the first issue, or in issue 2, I guess. I just couldn't really get into it, so it wasn't really for me. So, this whole $8 price tag for the next Batman, kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, but being that Future State was only 2 months, I decided I'll pick them up. So the next one is Batman Catwoman, and this is issue 3. This is written by Tom King with art by Clay Mann. I love this series. The first 3 issues have been great. It's like a 3 different timelines going on throughout this story, basically like a present, future, and a past storylines, and it's a little bit hard to follow in the first issue, and then you start to pick up on what's going on in each of these timelines, and this issue is sweet. You can see on the front it's got the Phantasm. The art by Clay Mann is amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited that this is a 12-issue mini series or series or whatever. It's absolutely great. I'm loving this one. Next up we have Spy Island. This is issue 2. This is written by Chelsea Kane with art by Elise McCall. This one's interesting. It's as the title suggests, it's a spy thriller. It's kind of a mystery. This is only the second issue, but I had heard this was a cool book And so I checked out issue 1. So number 2 is not a current, this didn't just come out. It's just the next one that I picked up. This book is, to me, really cool because I love like the whole setting of an island in the Bermuda Triangle and what's going on. In this world, mermaids are real and they are like evil and they've been attacking people, and there's like a mermaid preservation society, and all these people that are on this island are spies, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And it has really cool like ads that they have in these that look like, that are in this world. So it really makes you feel like this, they've really thought out the entire world. And then they have like comic book art for the main story, but then sometimes they show like real photographic pictures of like, there's a point where she's looking through someone's purse, and it has like a whole breakdown of everything that's in her purse, and they're all actual photographs of things. And then there's like little snippets of newspaper clippings that you can kind of read, little bits and pieces, so you're trying to figure out what's going on. I enjoy it a lot. It's not for everyone, I'm sure, but I think it's really cool, so something to check out. Next up, we have Stillwater number 6, written by Chip Zdarsky, art by Ramon K. Perez. This book is great. If you haven't been reading this, I would highly suggest you get on it. This is the 6th issue just came out this week, so you're still early enough that you could probably find these at your shops to get caught up. This is a cool story. It's a small story, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that, this isn't some superhero story where the world is at stake and the universe and there's, everything is going to come crashing down. It's a small story in that it involves a small town named Stillwater. And I don't really want to give too many spoilers away because I think the less you know about this going in, the better. It has a very Walking Dead type feel. Not in that they're zombies, but like, the feel of a small town. You're meeting these people. In each issue, you're kind of getting more information and meeting some of the main characters in this. The gist of the story is that you follow the main character and he finds the town of Stillwater and things just aren't quite right and you got to learn more. It's great. I am thinking, because I like this so much, it's making me kind of want. I've heard Chip Zdarsky has a great Daredevil run, and that's a story or a character that I don't have any connection to really, but because this is so good, it makes me want to check out more of his stuff. So highly recommend that. Next up, we have We Live number 5. This is written by Anaki and Roy Miranda, or the Miranda brothers, and the art is by Anaki Miranda. This story is pretty cool. If you haven't read this one, this is a big story. As opposite to Stillwater, the world is the gist of the story that you kind of learn in the first issue is the world is doomed, and kids are given or selected, I guess, to wear these armbands, and they're going to be sent away to save humanity or save the species, I guess is the best way to put it. But this book is crazy. It's every issue, you don't really know where it's gonna, the turns and twists it's gonna take. And this is the final issue of the first run. And at the end of it, they kind of set up that this is just the start. They have big plans for the future for this book. And while this story itself follows, a very small group of people, you do get to see kind of how the outside world works. And I think that's what they're getting at, is that the future story is going to really expand on this universe. It's really cool. I picked up issue 1 just on a recommendation from like another YouTube channel or something, and I'm glad I did. I'm enjoying it, and I do want to see what's next. Next, we have 7 Secrets. I picked up issue 3, 4, and 5 at my LCS. They didn't have the original A cover. I'm not big on... I don't really care, honestly, if my covers are matching or anything, if they're all A covers, but they just put out these as like a new printing of the first 6 issues, I believe it is. and they're really cool if you had them all, but I already had the A covers for 1 and 2, so but my LCS didn't have the A cover for 3, so it's a little mismatched, but I don't really care about that. Story. This story is great. I absolutely love this world. I love what's going on in it. I want to see more. It's a lot of action. It's a really basic premise of there are secrets in this world, and there are people that have to keep them and keep them safe. And you find out about this group of people that does that. And there are obviously people that want to take those secrets or find them. And the simple premise is, there are secrets and people want to get them. And, are we going to find out what those secrets are? What are they? What do they do? It's awesome. I absolutely love this series. The art is great. It's very stylized. This is, sorry I didn't mention, written by Tom Taylor and art by Danielle Di Nicuolo. It's kind of anime-esque, I guess, is the best way to put it, but it's not at the same time. It's very stylized. I love it. I think it's really cool. It fits the story. Can't recommend this enough. Love this book. And finally, I have Last Ronin #2. There's like 8 people on this book that wrote and drew in it. So it's Last Ronin by Eastman, Laird, and Waltz. So I was really excited to get this second issue. The first issue, I absolutely loved it. I hate that they're in these oversized book formats. Like I love it that the art is larger, but it doesn't fit in any bag. So this is like a magazine bag, which it's too small for, but it's too big for a silver, and it's just kind of annoying, but whatever. The book itself, I'm loving the story. The art is fantastic. If you don't know what's going on with this, essentially it's, the last Ronin, there's one turtle left and he goes from there, and you're learning, through the first 2 books about what happened, what's going on in this new world, which it's, in the future, and who they're fighting, and what happens to certain old characters. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a really cool book. I'm enjoying it. $9 price tag is a little steep, but I get it. It's a longer book. It's got, more art, more pages, bigger, format. So I get that it's a little more expensive, but I really enjoy the series. Let me know what you guys think of any of these books. If I missed anything that I should be picking up, throw it in the comments down below. Or if you've read some of these books and think I'm wrong, then I enjoy discussing this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks.